Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with a new series. On Mondays I will post a video where the king plays an important role. The king rules. On Tuesdays it's about the queen. On Wednesdays the rook. On Thursdays the bishop. On Fridays the knight. On Saturdays the pawn. And on Sunday I will post a new video in the Viewers Game series. This is Wednesday and it is the rook rules. Let's have a look. This is a chess composition composed by Boris Vladimirovich Balai in 1967, which was also the year that he passed away. Balai is from Azerbaijan, and let's see what he composed and how the rook plays an important role in this composition. We have an endgame. Both players have a rook and a bishop and a pawn. The black pawn is not going anywhere, is attacked by both the king and the rook from white, but this position is of course all about this pawn. It's white to play and win. If white can get that pawn to the 8th rank without being captured, then white wins. And that should be possible because the black king is far away from the white pawn. But as always, it's not easy. The first move is easy. You have to push your passed pawn. d7 is the first move. But is that not a bit too hasty? Can black not win the pawn with bishop c6 and just take it off the board? Well, white then has the very nice move rook c3 check. And it's a double attack, check and attacking the bishop. So you really have to take the rook. But then bishop a5 check frees up the promotion square, king c4, and it's a girl. White promotes to a queen and has a winning position. So after d7, bishop c6 does not work. But what about simply rook d2? Is black now not just winning the d-pawn? No, he is not, because again we have rook c3 check. And taking the rook again does not work. Bishop a5 check, king c2, bishop takes rook, which was preventing the pawn from promoting, king takes, and it's the girl again. Okay, so after rook c3 check, we cannot take the rook. What about king b2? Well, then there's a very nice move from white. Bishop f6 wins. Yes, black can take the runaway pawn, but white has a discovered check. Rook d3 is check. The bishop gives check to the king, and the white rook will take the black rook on the next move, and white wins. But we can flee with the king. King d1, and we are still threatening to take that runaway pawn. But now rook c1 check, the rook rules. The rook keeps following the king, asking for the king to take it, because if you now take the rook, then there is bishop g5, and we have a pin. The rook on d2 is pinned, cannot take the pawn on d7. King d1, bishop takes, king takes, and we are promoting again, and white wins. So after rook c1 check, you cannot take the rook, you have to flee with the king again. King e2, and now it looks for a second you can play rook c2, pinning the rook, because after rook takes c2, there is bishop g5, and we are covering the d2 square, so rook d2 to stop that pawn does not work. Bishop takes, king takes, and promotion. But after the move rook c2, rook takes c2, bishop g5, covering that d2 square, black has an amazing saving move, which is rook c8. What is that? It saves half a point for black. The rook rules again, this time the black rook, because if you promote, that of course gets taken, and this is a drawn position, and if you promote on c8, take the rook, then the bishop has that square covered, and again this position will end in a draw. Amazing move, rook c8. So what to do after king e2? We saw that rook c2 does not work, but we have another move with white to keep our winning attempt going. Rook e1 check, and once again we cannot take it, because now the bishop goes to the other side. Bishop a5, again pinning that rook. King e2, bishop takes rook, and white wins again. So what to do after rook e1 check? The king again has to flee. King f3, and then rook e3 check, and once again we cannot take because of bishop g5 check with a skewer. King e2, bishop takes, king takes, and promotion. White wins. What about after rook e3 check, playing a move like king f2? Well, then there is bishop b6, and we've seen this variation already on the other side of the board. Rook can take the pawn, but we have this discovered check again. The bishop gives check to the king, and the rook is lost. King f3, rook takes d7, white wins. What about king f4 in this position? Then there is again bishop g5 check. King f5 is the only move, and we can promote, because after rook takes, bishop takes, white has a winning position. An extra rook. The last move we have to look at, which is black's best chance after rook e3 check, is to go to g2 with the king. And now what? What can white do here? It looks for a second he's running out of options, because if we keep following the king with rook g3 check, then black can now take the rook, and white will get no more than a draw after bishop h4 check, king f3, promotion, rook takes, and bishop takes. That is a draw. So what to do after king g2? Well, white has one beautiful last shot, which is rook e2 check. And why does that work? Well, we have to take the rook, no option. Rook takes e2, and now that the rook finally has been deflected to the e-file, white wins, but still has to play the right move. You can still mess everything up with bishop a5. A blunder. It looks like white now can promote, because the rook cannot return to the d-file to cover the promotion square, because the bishop is covering that square. But black has an in-between move, a check, rook e5 check to return to the d-file. King takes, rook d5, d8, rook takes, bishop takes, and we have a draw again. So after rook takes e2, we cannot play bishop a5, but we can play bishop g5. And now white wins. Black cannot prevent promotion of the d-pawn. The d2 square is covered, and there is no in-between check on e5 because the bishop is in the way, and there are no more saving moves. g3, white queens, and this position with a queen for a rook is a winning position for white. What a composition! Boris Balai, 1967. Hope you enjoyed this composition where the rook played such an important role. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.